Hey guys, I have part 2 of my book outlet Boxing Day sale haul. Um, that was supposed to be all, but I went on yesterday and ordered a book, and I had to buy some more books because I had the $5 off $35 bookmark coupon that they sent, which is rare these days. So I think I got 8, and then I got the cute little, what's his name, Stacks, the teddy bear that they brought back. I didn't get it the last couple of times because they sold out. Yes, I am a grown adult and I do not need a stuffed animal, but he was super cute and has a little book outlet logo here, so totally had to get him. So that probably will come sometime next week. So likely there will be another video of me this time next week. Don't have any other plans to buy anymore. Well, there is one in the mail, I say, from Amazon Marketplace that hasn't come yet. Probably will come tomorrow, and that's how things go. But I do have 2 from Amazon Marketplace and 11 from Book Outlet. The first one from Amazon Marketplace, it is One True Love's Taylor Jenkins Reid. This one I saw on, my friend Laura is reading it. She had marked it on Goodreads. Has a lot of really good reviews, and I honestly had not heard of it. It's brand new to me. It was published, let's see, last year. So that's why it's new. And basically it's a woman who marries her high school sweetheart in their early 20s. And when they are on their first wedding anniversary, her husband goes on an assignment to the Aleutian Islands and his helicopter goes missing. So she has to deal with mourning him. And then she does, in time, meet up with an old high school friend, Sam. And they end up falling in love. She thinks she has a second chance at happiness. They get engaged and her husband seems to show up. So it's kind of, oh, what happened there? And what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go back to my husband? Or is that something that I've grieved and mourned the loss of and gotten over to where I can now move on? So it seems intriguing. So this one I will probably read very soon. And then the other one is, I actually saw this on Steve Donahue's channel. I get so many ideas from him because he reads a ton of nonfiction. So I swear, like, every book haul he has is gold. I find at least one book. If not every video, at least one a week. So my Amazon wish list keeps growing. But this one is The Mole People, Life in the Tunnels Beneath New York City by Jennifer Toth, I'm not sure. About to drop it. Basically, I didn't know that this existed, that there are societies of people that live under New York City, from homeless people, families down on their luck, to, I don't even know how to explain, they're not savages, but they have no vocabulary. That's what I'm gathering. It goes that far. So this will be super duper intriguing. It intrigues me, and it was published in 1993, so it's not new. It's almost 24 years old. So this one I hope to get to soon. And then the next ones are the Book Outlet books. I'll get these. I've moved them over here for some reason. I have Make 'Em Laugh by Debbie Reynolds and Dorian Hanway. I have this on ebook, but I did want a physical copy. This made me sad to no end that she passed away the day after her daughter. Yes, Carrie Fisher was sad. I wasn't a huge fan. I don't like Star Wars. You can unsubscribe or click off now. My husband doesn't like that I don't like Star Wars, but sorry. I had borrowed this from the library as well, but I wanted a physical copy. And I also got, can't pick it up, Unsinkable, her memoir. And this came out in 2013. I actually bought, I'm pretty sure I paid full price for the ebook because when it came out, I wanted it. I had it on my wish list before it was even published. And of course, I've not gone around to reading it. So it was pointless for me to have purchased it full price, but oh well. They have like 100 plus copies of each of these when I ordered. And then you know, I went back to, my best friend said she wanted copies of them when I mentioned that I ordered them. Sold out. So sadly, people are selling these books and Carrie Fisher's books for double, triple, and it's pretty sad when people are profiting off of death, if you want to say that. So I'm glad that I got these before they were ridiculously priced. Then the next one we have is The Secrets of Midwives by Sally Hepworth. Basically, this woman is a third-generation midwife who becomes pregnant and doesn't disclose who the father is. Her mother and grandmother keep pushing her for truths, facts about what's going on, and she won't tell. So it's a family drama of sorts. Then we have If I Knew You Were Going to Be This Beautiful, I Never Would Have Let You Go by Judy Chicarel. I'm not sure how you say this. It takes place in 1972 in Elephant Beach on the edge of Long Island. Basically just a beach town that families go to in the summer to escape, and kind of just changing times, you know, after the Vietnam War, people trying to escape all of these weird changes, and, you know, kind of the beach atmosphere and what that brings to it. Then we have The Curson by Alexandra Curry, and this one is says it's inspired by the real life of a woman who lived and loved in the twilight decades of the Queen Dynasty. So, love it. This one was a scratch and dent, and it's kind of bowed, but that's okay. It's got the deckled edges and the French flaps and that super buttery, soft cover, so I love that. This one I really don't know why I bought it. I don't read much, if any, young adult anymore. I think it was just because it's Jillian Larkin. It's a Flappers book, obviously called Diva, which was my old cat's name. My mom has her now. I have Vixen and Ingenue, if that's how you want to say it, if I'm being too fancy. Will I read it? I don't know. Maybe if I'm feeling froggy, because I don't really know that you have to read them all necessarily together to get the gist of it. So if I'm feeling in a fruity mood, I'll maybe pick it up one of these days. What's So Funny, Tim Conway, his memoir of when he was on the Carol Burnett show. This one I've eyeballed and eyeballed and eyeballed, either on Book Outlet or my used bookstore. So I'm going to get to it. And then I have The End of the World as We Know It, Scenes from a Life, which is a memoir by Robert Gulrich. I do believe he wrote The Tender Bar, his memoir about his family's bar. Basically, this one is kind of more about that and his family. You don't tell our stories. You don't tell anybody anything about our family. So, sounds mysterious. Then Always Too Much and Never Enough, a memoir by Jasmine Singer. Can you tell a theme of memoirs? This one is basically, I buy tons of these and I never read them, but it's a woman who grew up as a overweight kid, struggled with bullying, people calling her fat, taunting her, abusing her verbally, and so she is an overweight adult and she thinks, oh, I'm going to be vegan and be healthy. Well, vegan foods are crap, you know, Oreos and that sort of thing. So she gets even heavier and then, you know, says, hey, I can't do this, and loses weight. So this is her journey in that. Then we have Pioneer Girl by Bish Min Wen. I had borrowed Stealing Buddha's Dinner from the library and I didn't read it, but I do want to. Basically, she moved with her family from Vietnam when she was a child, and her growing up in the Midwest, kind of a culture shock. She loved to read. That was her escape, and loved Laura Ingalls Wilder. So she kind of a little bit about that, her escaping into books, her love of her, and then apparently her brother vanishes and he leaves a gold leaf brooch that apparently was Laura Ingalls Wilder's. Maybe, maybe not. Gonna find out. And then the last one is The Joker by Andrew Hudgens. I don't really know much about this, even from the synopsis. It's supposedly very funny. And a memoir. I'm gonna apparently do like a memoir in March or a memoir in May. I don't know. But just his telling jokes to make other people laugh and to kind of skirt around some taboo issues that his family would never really talk about. That was his way of, I guess, letting them know, hey, I know more than you think I do. So we'll see about that. Those are all for now. I do have one more coming from Amazon, and then I think 8 in my next order from Book Outlet. So that's it. I did just finish reading Handmaid's Tale. It was free. Well, I don't say free. I'm doing the Kindle Unlimited trial for a month, and that's the second book I've read. Awesome reviews, and I admit it was very interesting. I kept reading it going, where's this going? Where's this going? And then you get to the end and you go, are you kidding me? It went nowhere. You didn't give me an ending. This is one of those, maybe I'm dead, maybe I'm not. Don't know. So I kind of felt a little bit like it was a waste. I still gave it 3 out of 5 stars, but it was not anything I would recommend, and I honestly don't see what the hype is about. I understand it was one of those, not first dystopians, but it was early dystopian. My sister read it for women's studies when she was in college back in the day. She enjoyed it, but it wasn't mind-blowing like I was expecting. So it's fine. I can scratch it off my list and say, hey, I read it. Fine with me. I don't know what's next for me. I haven't read it since before Christmas. Travels with Charlie, John Steinbeck. I'm a third of the way through. Haven't picked it back up, so I may go back to it. Don't know. And I never really got started with Soul Surfer, which I said I was going to read. Don't know about that either. So I may pick up one of these, from my last order, another Amazon book, since I still have a couple weeks left on that. I guess that's going to be my weekend. I get to decide. I don't know. I don't have any plans other than laundry. You know how fun that is. Which I actually dig doing laundry. If I had to do any chore for the rest of my life, it would be laundry. So if anybody out there wants to trade like mopping and stuff like that for laundry, hit me up. Let me know if you've read any of these. If